Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Jacoby. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you how to teach yourself to play volleyball. So first I want you guys to understand that volleyball takes a lot of time to learn. Like I started playing volleyball when I was around 12 years old, 13 years old. And genuinely, it takes time to kind of like hone your craft and to learn the ins and outs of volleyball, the terminology, you know, all that good stuff. It really does take time. Now, can you fast track that kind of thing? Of course you can. Like some people who play in college literally started like their junior year of high school and they ended up playing in college, you know? So it's not always about time, but time does help, I will say that. And I don't want people to be discouraged and think that it's extremely difficult to teach yourself how to play volleyball, because that's how I got started. I literally taught myself how to play volleyball with the help of my friends, my family, and just myself. So that is just a testament to show you that you can teach yourself and that you can be successful later on in your career. So the first step I feel like to teaching yourself how to play volleyball is to watch volleyball. Immerse yourself in volleyball. Hug yourself in volleyball. Breathe, eat, sleep volleyball, okay? Like that is just one great way to learn, is to be watching other people do it, because I am telling you right now that you will pick up on things that you didn't think that you could pick up on just by watching volleyball. So you can watch volleyball on ESPN. If you have cable, like you're probably maybe like one of your local networks, YouTube, but mainly like ESPN and YouTube. That's where I watch the rest of my volleyball. So that's just a great way to learn, is just watching volleyball. And also don't be scared to watch different types of volleyball. There's women's indoor, there's women's beach, and then there's men's indoor and men's beach. You can also watch different levels. So you can watch club volleyball, high school volleyball, college volleyball, professional volleyball, like Olympic volleyball. Like there's so many different levels and different leagues out there that you can literally tap into and watch, honestly, most of the time for free, of course. And also don't be afraid, once again, don't be afraid to mix it up. Like you can watch beach players and learn something from them even if you are an indoor player, you know? And don't be afraid to watch men's or women's. I prefer to watch men's volleyball sometimes because they strike the ball different, they play a little bit different than women's. So it's something to add to your game when you can take from different like pieces. Next, I would suggest going out into your community and watching some volleyball. I'm sure that at your local middle school, high school, there's probably a club around there. There's probably a couple colleges in your area or near you that you can drive to, whatever it is, or your parents can take you, whatever it is. Go watch some volleyball live, because it's just different seeing the ball move, hearing the ball, how it sounds when someone hits the ball, hearing the communication, hearing the whistles. Like there's just something about it. So you can always find a local club tournament, like I said, or you know, any kind of school, college, any level. It doesn't have to be D1. Like you don't have to have like the University of Alabama right next to your doorstep, but if you do, you should be going. Okay, but you know, it could be a junior college, it could be a D3, D2, D1, NAIA college. It doesn't matter the level, it just matters that you're watching the volleyball. My next tip is to try to learn from your friends and family. That's actually how I even learned to play volleyball in the first place. I was not interested in volleyball whatsoever, like when I was like younger, like when I was like 11, 12. I was a basketball player and I firmly thought I was gonna play basketball in college. Plot twist, I kind of did, but didn't. Anyways, that's a whole different story. But what I'm trying to say is that like my older sister, she was trying out for volleyball and she wanted someone to practice with. And I was like, okay, like I'll help you out, you know? So we went outside and she taught me everything she knew. She taught me how to pepper, which includes pass, set, hit. So I knew how to pass, I knew how to set, and I knew how to hit just from peppering with her. So we went out there pretty much every day, you know, getting her ready for tryouts. And I ended up really liking it. I was like, wait, this is so much fun. And then turns out some of my friends that I had made just through school, they were already playing volleyball. They were playing club volleyball. They're like, oh, Jacoby, like try out, you should do this, da da da. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So I surrounded myself with people who were already playing volleyball just by coincidence. I didn't even know they were playing volleyball, but you know, it was just coincidence that they did. And then my sister taught me everything she knew. So yeah, that's how I got into playing volleyball, and that's how you can too. The next step from there is to get outside with a ball. I feel like I say this like in almost like every single one of my videos. I'm like, get a ball, go outside, because I'm telling you it works. It works so well because repetition is everything, practice is everything, and what better way to get more touch on the ball than literally like in your backyard or in your front yard or wherever, the park, wherever you are. Because it's so important to get your touch on the ball as early as possible. Now, I say that because volleyball is all about repetition, and you know, you even need reps when you're on Team USA, okay? Like, they get reps still, I promise you. So it's so important to kind of get ahead of the game and try to practice and learn as much volleyball as you can before your tryouts. That's exactly what I did. So my sister already had a volleyball, so I was like, okay, bet. I decided I was gonna try out because she's like 3 years older than me. So at that time she was over volleyball, and I was like, okay, cool. So I took the ball that we had as a family and I went outside and I applied what she taught me, and I continued doing a lot of research on the internet. And at that time there was not a lot of research. Oh my god, I sound really old. But there wasn't a lot of information on the internet really that I felt like was digestible for me. So that's honestly why I even started this channel in the first place. But all that to say is that going outside with your ball is so important because you can honestly get a leg up at tryouts. So when you are practicing at home before your tryouts, you're kind of already like setting yourself up for success, in my opinion. So getting outside and practicing is really important. I have a lot of videos on that, how to practice by yourself outside, or how to practice volleyball in your room. Like, you really just need a ball. That's like something I would definitely invest in if you're really serious about getting into volleyball. Now, what goes along with that is practicing in your free time. So any free time that I had, girl, I was outside with my ball, serving against the wall, peppering against the wall, passing against the wall, hitting, whatever it was. In my family, I probably drove them crazy because, you know, you can hear the ball hitting the wall again and again and again. But you know, it's worth it, okay? Because if you're out there practicing, it's a good thing. And you have to be dedicated to it. Like, you have to, you know, allocate some time to go out there and practice. So what I did is during summer break, because, you know, I had a lot of free time during the summer, you know, so pretty much every day I would go out there and practice. And I would try to wait until the sun was either rising or going down because it's really hot in Alabama. So I didn't want to be out there midday, but I tried to go out there when it was a little bit cooler, and I would go out there and practice pretty much every day during the summer. And you know, summer is like 2.5 months, so I got not really good, but I got the basics down pretty much. I got my overhand serve before I even went to tryouts because I practiced so much. Food for thought. Next, you want to get active, and that means that, you know, you don't need to be, you know, going to the gym every day and pumping serious iron. That's not what I'm saying, but you do need to be active. One way to be active is, like I said, practicing outside, you know, getting your reps in, but then also like maybe going on a jog or a walk or doing some sprints, you know, just getting your body ready for volleyball season, because it is, you know, pretty, not excruciatingly like tiring, but you know, you got to be in shape. And next thing I want to say about practicing at home is that you can practice without a ball. Like, a ball is nice to have, trust me, but you can also do it without a ball. So, for example, you can practice your approach jump without a ball, blocking, your passing footwork, shuffling, like all that good stuff. Like, you can practice your hand motions. You can practice with like an imaginary ball. Like, it's not really that hard to practice volleyball without a ball. In some cases, like, there are always little things that you can be practicing that don't require a ball, so keep that in mind. Lastly, I challenge you guys to try and find like a rec league, a local club, maybe like a YMCA, some outdoor courts, some grass volleyball. There's always a bunch of like little rec leagues going on. I would say year-round pretty much, and all you have to do is pretty much like get in contact with like maybe a local club volleyball, or even like your coaches if you're on a team already, or maybe your friends know something, because like I feel like there are a lot of like emerging like rec leagues that are going on that are grass, beach, indoor, 4v4, co-ed or revco, whatever you want to call it, reverse co-ed, whatever. But yeah, I would definitely look into that and getting into like a local league, because that's a great way to cross-train for your indoor season, is to be playing beach or grass or whatever it is. Just any type of different volleyball is just really good for your game. But that is it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Make sure that if you're not subscribed, make sure you do that and like this video. And I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye.